Broadcasting live from the Aether Hub on the plain of Kaladesh. This is Tap Tap Concede. They got rid of the ligature, so it's not the Aether
Thank
Hub.
goodness, because that's such a big pain in the ass when you're deck building on a lot of websites.
Yeah.
Because it's like, card's not found, Aether Vial. It's like,
It's also, it caused them problems in other languages when
Yeah.
translating the card. And yeah, typing was a problem.
yeah.
It looks cool.
It looks
Yeah,
super cool.
I
but
appreciate the
it's,
Aether, but I'm glad it's just the...
Other changes,
Is it
which we'll
it is
probably
it
get
is
into.
Aether though, right? Just
I don't
Aether?
Yeah, Aether.
The one that kept causing me problems in when I was doing some stuff for the card recognizer, El Hajij, the guy from Arabian Nights,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
because he's or what I don't know how you pronounce it, because his name has like it's got the accent on the I
Oh.
Right.
and some other weird stuff in it.
Huh.
They've kind of they've tried to stay away
You
from
fixed
those.
up a couple things. I was
Yeah.
going to say, you saw the create keyword, or not
Yeah.
even keyword,
Yeah.
but just like changing,
templating.
put
Yeah.
a so-and-so onto the battlefield is now create.
Yeah, create a 1/1 servo. Oh,
just like
cool.
dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when they introduced dies and people were like, "What?"
When there's like, oh wait, this
But it's
actually
great.
makes way more sense and takes up less space on the card
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
like 3 whole words.
Well, dies was put into the graveyard from the battlefield, which is a real mouthful,
Yep.
right? So that was a good change.
Yeah.
And create just makes a lot of sense too. So
Yeah.
It's especially since it's kind of like when they made the legends changes. You know, when Theros was coming out, because there's a bunch of legends, and a ton of stuff creates Thopters and servos,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
So yeah, we're going to talk today. Hi, welcome to Tap Tap Concede. We're going to talk today to more about Kaladesh spoilers, and because the full spoilers out today, so we're going to talk a lot more about that.
Oh boy.
But first, let's crack a pack. Boom! There it goes
Goodbye.
across the room.
20!
20.
What do we
All right,
have?
1,
Is it
2,
that?
3.
Were we saving that for 20?
Were we?
Were we?
I don't know. We were doing something for 20.
This was the one.
Oh, that's the one?
Oh.
Yeah, when I organized it.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
I hope it's spicy.
11, 12, 13, 14,
We used to have
15,
something
16,
like
17,
specific
18,
planned for rolling 20,
19, 20.
but now,
Oh!
hey, it's unhinged.
No, that's fair.
But
thought-
now there's so many packs that we don't have.
I thought I had something like spicier for
Too
20.
late. He's already opened the package.
Yeah,
Maybe you're counting from the wrong end.
maybe.
Maybe we should
no,
just.
no.
Maybe we should just open the Antiquities pack.
We did.
We did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get there?
No.
No.
Dang. That's really, really unfortunate.
Tetravus.
You would have heard about
Petrovus!
it. Yeah.
Grown. Was there like anything
this-
playable in the rest of it? It's unlabeled.
This unhinged pack, we have others that do have names
Yeah.
on them. This one is unlabeled. The paper. Anyway, point is unhinged. Here we are. Okay, first card.
It's snot.
Snot. S-N-O-T. Right, I should put this on the overlay. Snot. Single green mana for a star to star.
Start of the
Star
second power.
squared.
Start of the
Yeah.
second power.
So, as Snot comes into play, you may stick it onto another creature named Snot in play. If you do, all those creatures form a single creature.
Oh, wow.
Snot's power and toughness are each equal to the square of the number of Snots stuck together. 1 is a 1/1, 2 are a 4/4, 3 is a 9/9, 4 are a 16/16.
That, wow. Was this the first set to do art sort of coming outside of the frame? Because they started doing that with Planeswalkers.
Yeah.
In Lorwyn.
Unglued did it a bit, but Unhinged really went kind of bonkers with it.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, it's Little Girl.
Oh, the 1/2 for half a white mana.
Yep.
Creature, human, child.
Yep, creature, human, child. She's a half for half.
Hey,
Oh, man.
by Rebecca Gay.
Yeah,
Oh.
Still blocks Tarmogoyf.
Yep.
still really cool.
All right. I need you to be really brave, Sally. There's a
Get out there. We all believe in you.
You need to protect our planeswalker.
Yeah. Pick
Framed.
up this GT.
Framed is 1 and a blue for an instant. Tap or untap all permanents by the artist of your choice.
Oh, right. This was an Art Matters set, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Who knew an 8x10 could feel like a 2x4?
What is that? The artist name has something.
Alan, don't feel like you have to pick me, Pollock.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
What a
So yeah, I forgot art matters was a thing. Duh. It's a single black mana
Oh,
for
this
an
one.
instant. Destroy target creature with reminder text. Reminder text is any italicized text in parentheses that explain rules you already know.
and there's a post-it note on it.
It's so good.
Will players understand that the creature is being crushed by 2 parentheses? And the response, not a chance.
I love it. It's great. Goblin Mime is 1 and a red for a 2/2 Goblin Mime. When you speak, sacrifice Goblin Mime.
Oh, that is awful.
It's really bad. You just have to do a lot of like.
At
card
least give
gesturing.
it 3 power.
Yeah.
Come
Right.
on. That's terrible.
This
So
is,
yeah, I wonder how many people are like, I play this Goblin Mine.
Whoops. Go to block. Don't! Upkeep. No.
Well, the ability wouldn't be active when it's on the stack. So you can say that you cast it. Be like, I cast Goblin Mime. Now I'm going to start doing a lot of wild gesticulations.
Your opponent just sandbags you. He's like, no, I don't understand.
Graphic Violence is 2 and a green for an instant. All creatures by the artist of your choice gain +2/+2 and trample until end of turn.
That could be real good.
Warning, the Dominarian Surgeon General has found the savage beatings can lead to chump blocks, life reduction, and even game loss. Fascist Art Director.
I remember this one.
Oh, this one.
1 white for a 2/2 human horror, and for white fascist art director gains protection from the artist of your choice. From Edward P. Feed Me Beard Jr.
What does the note say?
The notes are A-list artists who do exactly what I say get on the list and might even get to eat, and then B-list artists who think they know how to draw no food, no pay. Kissing the art director's posterior keeps you alive. I need 10 more sketches today. No one eats until finished. I said no skulls.
Oh.
Looking out window is prohibited today.
I like the little details of bars on the window in the background, the guy in the foreground with the manacles.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
So I think we actually got this card
Yeah.
in Unhinged Pack before
We
because there's a story about it that I quite like.
Oh, yeah?
That's on the Gatherer page for it.
Yeah, I recall this from before.
Yeah, so,
but yeah, give it another round.
Art director Jeremy Canford received tons of fan outrage when he decided to stop commissioning Rebecca Guay to do artwork
Right.
because apparently her art didn't fit his vision of MTG.
Right.
A lot of the outburst was over her being quote-unquote fired. WotC, in addition to clarifying their stance, she wasn't fired. She just
They just stopped giving her work.
stopped commissioning because the
That's not how it works.
yeah
but
artists were on commission anyway. But they also paid her to do the unhinged card persecute artist.
Oh, right. Choose an
Choose an
artist
artist
other
other
than
than-
Rebecca Gay. Target player reveals his or her hand land, discards all non-land cards by the chosen artist.
Yeah. And
torches
they got her
and
to do
pitch-
other art for this set.
The flavor text is that the torches and pitchforks were no match for Rebecca's fans. What a cool artist.
I'm bummed that she still doesn't do stuff, but
Yeah.
anyway.
Well,
Next up, we have Moniker Mage, 2 and a blue
Printing
for a
license plate.
2/2 human wizard. For a single blue, say your middle name. Sorry, for a single blue and say your middle name. That's a cost. Moniker Mage can't be the target of spells or abilities this turn. For a single blue and say opponent's middle name, Moniker Mage gains flying until end of turn.
Just getting the Jaya license plate.
Yeah,
actually on here there's Jaya, Squee, Donald, Karn, Togo, Kukus, and Jimmy. Yeah, what? Oh,
badass.
badass.
2 black for a 3.5 1, and for 1 and a black and growl, regenerate badass.
He wanders the land in search of good ass.
Yeah.
Are we not doing phrasing anymore?
Mana Flare,
FLAIR.
FLAIR.
Is that Guy Fieri?
I believe that's Paul. According to the artist credit, that's Paulo. That's actually me, Parente.
All right. So
it's
for
not
1 and
gonna-
a red, we've got an instant that adds 1 red to your mana pool for each non-land permanent by the artist of your choice.
What began as black has slowly shifted to red. Fickle color pie. That's
Yeah.
a haiku.
Ooh,
What?
It is.
It is.
Neat.
Hey, Garth, that's a haiku.
Oh, snap. Rocket-powered turbo slug. 3 and red for a 3/1 slug with super haste. This may attack the turn before you play it. You may put this card into play from your hand, tapped and attacking during your declare attacker step. If you do, you lose the game at the end of your next turn unless you pay this card's mana cost during that turn.
And then a bunch of jumbled text because it's going too fast.
Yeah, it's blown past. Is that Achroma
And Kamal.
Yeah.
blown past them and collided with the text box.
Yep.
Side to side is 2 and a green for an instant. You and target opponent arm wrestle. If you win, put a 3/3 green ape creature into play.
That's actually pretty good. In response, I arm wrestle you.
You could be pretty confident about it, yeah.
Yeah.
Bosom Buddy, 3 and a white for a 1/4 elephant townsfolk. Whenever you play a spell, you may gain 1 half-life for each word in that spell's name.
All right.
Oh, wow. I've never actually seen this one.
Oh,
see if the
is
card
that
rating-
a rare?
Oh,
Yeah,
Greater
this is the rare.
Morphling.
Greater
Yeah.
Morphling. 6 blue for a 5/5. Shapeshifter. For 2, Greater Morphling gains your choice of Banding, Bushido 1, Double Strike, Fear, Flying, First Strike, Haste, Landwalk of your choice, Protection from a color of your choice, Provoke, Rampage 1, Shadow, or Trample until end of turn.
That's its first ability.
For 2, Greater Morphling becomes the colors of your choice until end of turn. For 2, Greater Morphling's type becomes the creature type of your choice until end of turn. For 2, its expansion symbol becomes the symbol of your choice until end of turn, which was relevant.
Oh,
Right.
For 2, its artist becomes the artist of choice until the end of
Ooh.
turn. For 2, it gets +2, -2, or -2, +2 until end of turn. And for 2, untap Greater Morphling.
I like that the text box is so huge that it's like crowding the artwork at the
Yeah.
top. He's like, "Hey, I'm here.
I'm on the card as well.
I'm
Yeah.
also on the card."
But I have good news.
Uh-oh.
We got there.
What do we get?
We opened the best card in the set.
Island.
Island?
Island.
Oh.
Yes.
These are so pretty.
And so the most expensive card in the set.
Yep.
Well, it's
By-
the only
by a
card you're
margin.
allowed to play.
It's a humdinger.
Here,
Thanks,
slip
John
it,
Avon.
slip them back in the thing.
Get her.
So thank you to whoever gave us that unhinged pack. I'm sorry that we didn't have a
Yeah.
name written down on it.
So hey,
What's that? Is that an
new
empty?
card.
That's an empty one.
It might have been David.
Oh, this was the last one that we opened.
But who
I
knows?
guess this was from David. PAX East.
Weird.
Interesting.
Okay.
Hey, you guys, we've got a new set coming out. There's all sorts of
Oh,
spice.
man.
Man,
The spice must flow.
so hype for this set. What do
It's,
you want to talk about first? Do you want to talk about like the cards you're actually going to get to play? Or
I mean, like, I'm going to talk about stuff that I'm going to play in Highlander or is going to cause a splash in
Sweet,
Highlander.
go for it.
I don't even know where to start. I mean, at the top, there's the Gear Hulk cycle.
The entire
Yeah.
cycle seems terrific.
I think they're all playable.
Yeah.
But the green one is stupid.
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah.
this on last episode actually. That to make like a green. Oh, nice. Paul's got the invention
Yeah.
version of it. To sort of make a green mythic giant powerful thing. They just made it huge.
Huge or really wide.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like if it's the only creature you have, it's an 8/8 trample for 5.
For 5. That's it. No drawback.
It's
Yeah.
just massive.
0 drawback. It's an 8/8 for 5.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
trample. What? Why does it have trample?
It's so thick.
Why does it have trample? Oh, it's ridiculous. But like the other ones are pretty sweet. Like Noxious Gear Hulk. It's like there's been some sort of like humming and hawing over this one because it's like, well, it's not Worm Coil. It's like, well, Worm Coil doesn't destroy something when it comes into play.
Yeah.
But
This is Mechrotol.
yeah, Mechrotol, yeah, it's 4 black for a 5/4 with menace. When it enters the battlefield, destroy it. You may destroy another target creature, so it doesn't even
Like,
have to shoot itself
Yeah.
or one of your guys. If a creature is destroyed this way, you gain life equal to its toughness.
Yeah.
It's like this seems fine in hard control. It's like
Pretty
Yeah.
good.
sometimes you just need to blow something up.
And then you have a 5/4 with menace.
I just like to say that I don't blame the Gear Hulk, but whoever was the guy who had like invented the Gear Hulk, Verdurous Gear Hulk, super pretentious name.
Yes. Yes, this is the Verdurous Gear Hulk.
It means growy.
Growy.
It's the active form of verdant, right?
Yeah.
But
Verdurous.
still very, very pretentious. Isn't
Also, I'm
This
just
is
gonna
the Gear Hulk 5 series.
yeah, I'm gonna get this in
A barf.
early. Chandra Torch of Defiance.
Chandra the Mind Sculptor.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying that, and a lot of other people are saying like, "Oh, he's not actually as good as Jace." It's like, shut up.
He's got
Yeah.
4 abilities and they're good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Real good.
What's Chandra do? Let's run us down this.
So 2 red, 4 loyalty.
Sounds great.
It's pretty good. 4 abilities.
Ugh.
You say, +1, exile the top card of your library. You may cast that card. If you don't, she deals 2 damage to each opponent.
But she cuts you off of your land.
What?
So, well, you can't.
No.
You can't because you may cast it.
Yeah, you
not
can-
play it.
You're
so,
at 4 mana already.
Yeah, exactly.
So if if you exile a land,
Yeah.
you can't.
You can't do
You
anything.
can't play it.
Yeah.
So you only
get
shock your
to
opponent.
dome them for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in red, you don't want to be
QQ.
drawing lands after 4 anyway, I don't think. Like,
But it doesn't even matter if she cuts you in lands because her other +1 is add red to your mana pool.
yeah.
Ooh.
So it's just like that and then a thing to protect.
Yeah.
Or if you couldn't protect her with those abilities, she's got a third one, -3, 4 damage to target creature. Just flame slash that shit to death.
Fantastic.
Ultimate is -7.
That doesn't seem too difficult.
Not a lot. You get an emblem with whenever you cast a spell, this emblem deals 5 damage to target creature or player.
Wait.
5!
Yeah. That'll end the conversation real quick.
Wow.
I cast Eightening Bolt.
Yeah.
Eightening bolt.
Searing 8. Inciner 8.
Wow.
It's nuts. This card is gonna see hella play.
Yeah.
That seems really strong.
How about you guys? Because like I've got a bunch of other.
Oh
ones
yeah,
in here,
like
but-
I mean the other planeswalker that was spoiled, who I'm intrigued by, but am a bit puzzled at its power level, is Dovin Bane.
Yeah.
What does he do?
Okay, he's
Let's read through Dovin Bane here.
2 white blue for a 3 loyalty planeswalker. His +1 reads, until your next turn, up to 1 target creature gets -3/-0, and its activated abilities can't be activated.
Okay,
All right.
that seems pretty good. Defends himself.
Yeah. -1, you gain 2 life and draw a card.
Okay.
Yeah, which seems actually quite good.
Yeah.
And -7, you get an emblem with your opponents can't untap more than 2 permanents during their untap step.
Oh,
Which is,
that's backbreaking.
yeah. Like, I don't
I mean,
know if you're
potentially
coming back from
backbreaking.
that.
I don't know. It might not be as bad.
Yeah.
But those first 2 abilities are so good that it's like he can have a not as amazing ultimate.
Yeah.
The idea that the trick with that being an emblem. So it's whatever static orb, isn't it?
Or
Winter
Winter
Orb.
Orb.
Winter orb that cannot be interacted with in any way.
Well,
Yeah.
it's one-sided and can never go away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Like-
Also, Winter Orb only hits lands.
Damn it.
So you can still untap mana rocks or your creatures.
Yeah.
This is permanence.
Yeah.
This is you just can't. You can only untap 2 of anything.
It's like what if you had a tangle wire up that was always set to just 2 less than all the permanents you have.
Yeah. Like, the entire set has been spoiled now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's very tempting to try to pull together some kind of control deck with this guy as just like how did you describe it? The shipping container of value that's slowly being lowered onto you.
Crushed to death.
Yeah.
Under the slow weight
Like,
of value.
hello, this is hydraulic press. Your opponent.
Faster, please.
It's
Can
so
I-
slow and painful.
Can I encourage you to hop aboard the hype train?
Oh yeah, trains in Kaladesh.
Mm-hmm.
The Aradara Express.
Choo choo.
Vehicles they finally did it. And these are, in the Highlander community, we've had a hard time assessing these cards. We think they're good.
Yeah.
At least a few of them. Like, there's a couple that I think are nuts.
Well, let me talk to you about
But they're really weird.
Aradora Express. It's 5 mana for an 8/6 with Menace.
Ooh, that's big.
With Menace.
That's real big.
And it has crew 4. So you have to tap. And again, I originally, don't be confused. Originally, I thought the crew was like number of creatures.
So did I, but it's not.
It's not. It's the power of creatures.
Yeah, so it's interesting, right? You know, like a couple of them are just like crew 1 or 2, and as an aggro player, I'm looking at the ones that have haste, you know, and trample, and it's like these seem sweet. Like there's one that's like 4 mana, and it just drives over them.
Oval Chase Dragster
Yeah, probably.
is a 6/1 with trample haste, crew 1.
Yeah, no, I think that's good.
Yeah.
It's usually that kind of effect is sacrificed at end of turn.
I like
There's-
the catapult one, the tank,
Boing.
that when it attacks, it deals 1 damage.
Oh, the Ballista Charger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 6/6 for 5, crew 3. Whenever it attacks, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player.
Indeed.
Right. Sorry, here's the
Also,
other train.
the helicopter is also really cool.
Which one's that?
What's it called?
I was looking at the Renegade Freighter.
Smuggler's Copter.
Okay, talk
Yes.
about Smuggler's Copter first. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a 3/3 flyer for 2.
That's
Whenever
good.
it
With crew 1.
whenever it attacks or blocks, you may draw a card if you do discard a card. Crew 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the coolest part about these is that you can crew them with creatures you just played.
Yep.
So you play this and then play a creature, crew it, attack with it.
Because a creature, heads up if you are newer to the game, a creature with, what's called summoning sickness can't attack or
tap.
use its own abilities that involve it tapping.
However,
But if you have another creature or vehicle or effect that asks you to tap a creature you control, that summoning sickness is not affected by that. So with crew, you can tap any number of creatures, even ones that are summoning sick. You can also tap creatures to the crew ability if it's already an artifact creature, and you can tap as many as you want.
yeah.
So if you get into a situation where your opponent has a lure effect, that's like this creature must be blocked by that, or like that your creature has to block if able. You can go, well, my creature is a crew now, so
Yeah.
he's hiding inside the tank.
Yeah.
The other
You can also use vehicles to crew other vehicles.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the situation where...
Oh yeah, you just like Voltron up.
Yeah, well, it's like a
Yeah.
motorbike is driving a helicopter, which is driving a tank, which is driving a train,
Yeah.
which is driving the sky cruiser,
just
and they're all
imagine-
being crewed by Emrakul.
You imagine what that
was gonna
looks
say,
like.
like a
You tap
gremlin.
this guy, he jumps into the car that drives into the Zeppelin that
Yeah.
goes and crashes.
Well, because you
Choo choo, and 6 seconds later you hear the horn on the skyship go off.
like Oval Chase Dragster, right? Only needs crew 1. So you get a gremlin to drive the Oval Chase Dragster.
That
Yeah.
seems like
And
a
then
bad idea.
With the 6 power on the dragster, you can drive the dragster can drive the Aradara Express.
Yep.
And then that can drive the Sky Sovereign. Nothing makes sense anymore.
Yeah.
The other one I was pointing out was Fleet Wheel Cruiser, which I'm especially kind of excited about because it's, I think, one of the only ones that turns itself into a creature the turn it comes into play, and it has trample and haste. So it's also a 5/3, so it's got more toughness. It needs more crew,
Yeah.
but
I also
it's
like,
pretty
if I
aggressive.
can just, for flavor reasons, I also quite like, I don't know if it's actually very good, but I just really like the card, Start Your Engines, which is all your vehicles become artifact creatures, and all creatures you control, regardless of if they're vehicles or not, get +2/+0 until end of turn. So it's like, leave my vehicles.
Broom,
Now
broom.
fight my vehicles.
One of the cards that I'm really excited about, or another one, is Master of Marionettes.
What is that?
It is a 4/black human artificer. Enters the battlefield as a 1/3. It has Fabricate 3.
Ooh.
And what I think is really interesting about this card is that it actually presents a really good decision between where you put those Fabricate counters. Because whenever an artifact you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, target opponent loses life equal to Master of Marionette's power.
And it starts with a 1.
peculiar.
So
But you put it up to 4, and suddenly every clue you crack.
Oh, ow.
yeah. Wow.
That's painful.
Interesting.
Or you have it enter the battlefield as a power 4 creature, you give it power 4, it enters as a 1/3, the ability goes on the stack.
Yeah.
Then you decide when it resolves. Then you just like activate Tamio's Journal and 12 someone,
Yup.
Nice.
Wow.
Man,
Yeah.
which is totally a thing that could ever happen in a game.
Yeah, but you know,
This is-
sometimes it's fun to visit magical Christmas land.
Yeah.
This is all getting touched on in the rules video that will air at the beginning of the pre-release on Sunday. But heads up, Fabricate, the decision happens when the ability resolves. So you play the creature goes in the stack, they can choose if they want to counter it or whatever, and if they don't, then it enters the battlefield. And then the Fabricate ability goes in the stack.
Yeah.
And that's it. So when you're playing, you just say, Fabricate 3 is on the stack. And then they can choose if they're going to bolt the creature or what they're going to do. And then when they're like, okay, I have no other effects, then you say, cool, I'm making 3 servos or I'm putting 3 counters on
Yeah.
this creature. So you get to make the decision after they've decided whether or not they're going to try and F with your stuff. There's no opportunity. I mean, you might speak out of turn, but if you don't say anything, there's no opportunity where you go, I'm going to put 3 counters on this Marionette Master, and then they go, bolt in response. They can't do that.
No. I'm always delighted every once in a while when I get just about a strict upgrade on a card that I already play in a deck that I like. Do you remember a card called Despoiler of Souls?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. What
it was a
that?
3/1 horror.
Yeah, black, 3/1 horror.
Yeah.
Can't
it's
block.
The creepy thing.
Yeah, and for black, exile 2 creature cards from your library, return
Or
it
graveyard.
Graveyard. Return it from your graveyard to play.
Right.
It's pretty all right. You know, it's an aggressive card.
It's like a cloud with spider legs.
So what if that card cost colorless, had 1 extra toughness, the activated ability was 1 and a black, and you needed 1 creature instead of 2?
That sounds better in every conceivable way.
yeah.
Scrap Heap Scrounger.
Wait, and it can block?
No.
Oh.
It still can't block.
Okay,
but,
good.
But it's that card, and just better in almost every way. It's
Except for
still
the
2,
art.
but 2 colorless. Yeah, it looks like
So 2 mana, 3/2.
can't block.
Can't block.
1 and a black, exile another creature card from your graveyard, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this in
Yeah.
Golgari Aggro.
Wow.
And it's even better because it's an artifact creature. It helps me turn on Delirium and makes Tarmogoyf bigger.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
I want to really briefly talk about. It's not a super exciting card. It's just an uncommon artifact creature, but I just really like it. The Filigree Familiar.
I think that card's sweet.
Yeah.
this card just seems like
It's very good.
yeah. It seems like a card that's not like, whoa, that's amazing, but just like, wow, this is actually just really solid.
Yeah.
Right? It's a 2/2 for 3 colorless. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life. When it dies, you draw a card.
This is
Oh,
good.
no!
What?
That's what Dovin Bane's -1 does.
Wait, what? Oh.
-1, gain 2 life and draw a card. He's murdering them.
He's creating and murdering.
Puppers. He's
Filigree.
just crack.
Monster.
Yeah, like,
It's just a solid little
Yeah.
guy.
you know what?
And-
It's just like Sad Robot,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
I was thinking
one
of that.
less. In
Yeah.
fact, I think this will probably get played in
'Cause-
mid-rangey control-y decks because it's
Yeah,
just like...
Sadbot tutors for a basic when it enters the battlefield.
Yeah,
and when it dies,
then when
you
it
draw a
dies,
card?
you draw a card, and it's
Right.
4 for a 2/2. This is 1 less mana. You don't get to fix your mana, but gaining 2 life, you know, it's almost a little bit like Kitchen Finks.
Yeah.
Where it's
Yeah,
like
I like this
instead
a
of
lot.
gaining another 2 life, you draw a card.
Like
So
we
it's
just had. I mean, it worked very well with
It's
Emerge.
sad things.
Sad things.
It worked very well with Emerge, but we just had Exultant Cultist in
Yeah.
Eldritch Moon,
Which was 4.
no, it was 2 and a blue.
Oh, was it?
For a 2/2. So
Oh,
it was
okay.
3 mana for a 2/2. When it dies, draw a card.
Right.
This is easier to cast, and you gain 2 life.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, again, it's not in a set with Emerge, but it's in a set that cares about artifacts. So
Speaking of cards that are just like kind of, the Puzzle Knot cycle.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Puzzle Knot cycle is really
It's
interesting.
very good, and I smell a combo somewhere. Because, like, Fireforger's Puzzle Knot is a 2-drop
Smell
artifact that when it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to a creature or player. And, like, I'm not quite seeing it, but I feel like there's some sort of like
Recursion.
loop that you could get into to kill people with it. I don't know. Maybe.
Would
Maybe
you not
I'm
just
wrong.
want to play the one from Mirrodin? The spell bomb?
Yeah, pirate spell bomb. Yeah, well, that one's still kind of better.
Yeah.
Like that's how Bomberman kills you,
Yeah. And like eggs,
which is
right?
which is a vintage deck. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's a vintage deck. You use like Oriok Salvager or something, and you loop Black Lotus or something.
I think the
You know, no NVD.
Yeah.
the black one, the metal spinners puzzle knot, where it 2-mana artifact and it enters the battlefield, you draw a card and lose a life.
Cantrip
and then
again.
two in a black, you sack it and draw a card
Yeah,
and lose
that-
a life. That one's also cool. But I think I like the blue one and green ones better because you net energy.
Well, the Metal Spinner puzzle knot reminds me a lot of from New Phyrexia, the plank.
Yeah, the Ichor Wellspring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this has its own sack outlet.
I kind of dig the Cogwarriors puzzle knot because it is an artifact that makes another artifact and then another artifact.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get a bunch of servos out of it, and activation's pretty cheap.
Yeah, I just think that. So let's just look at the Glassblowers puzzle knot. This is the blue one. In case it's not clear, each of these does the same thing when it enters the battlefield and then when you sacrifice it. So this enters the battlefield, you scry 2 and get 2 energy. And then you sack it, you scry 2 and get 2 energy. And the green one, the Woodweaver's knot, enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life and get 3 energy. And when you sack it, you gain 3 life and get 3 energy. Like these are good sources of energy.
Yeah.
Speaking of energy,
I guess they're not renewable, but
yeah. Well, so I really like what they did with a lot, not all, but many of the energy using cards in the set, which was just like this card creates its own and utilizes energy in a way that's self-contained.
Yeah.
So it is advantageous to play it with other energy cards, but you can play it in a vacuum.
Yeah, it's not parasitic.
Yeah. So like Voltaic Brawler is awful pushed for an aggro card. It's a 3/2 for red-green. And you get 2 energy when it enters the battlefield, and then whenever it attacks, you can pay 1 energy to give it +1/+1 and trample till the end of turn. So it's a 4/3 with trample for 2 turns,
Yeah. Also, I really like
Wow.
the
and then
artwork.
just the 3/2.
I like how all the metal things are being drawn to the gauntlet.
that's super cool.
It's
Yeah.
very good. I think
Also,
that
if you
card's-
then drop a Woodweaver's puzzle knot, you get 3 more energy out of it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Other stuff with
Speaking of
energy.
things that make energy,
Yeah.
help me out with this one.
Okay.
Glimmer of Genius. Does this work?
No, I don't
No.
think it
Oh,
really works.
right.
does it
Yeah.
do?
No. Okay. Glimmer of Genius for 3 and a blue, instant. Scry 2, then draw 2 cards. You get 2 energy. It reminds me of 4C, but that scryed 4, right?
Right.
Which dug so deep. But this is an instant, so you can play it in a control deck where you are holding up mana for counters,
Yeah.
and then you net energy out of it.
Like
I
this
mean-
is probably going to be fine to play even if you don't get
Honestly,
energy.
like scry 2, draw 2, it's pretty good.
Like we paid 2 life for that in Cons block.
Yeah, it was
Right?
one fewer mana, but
Yeah,
It wasn't an instant.
yeah, it's true. Yeah, Read the Bones was a sorcery.
yeah. Or sorry, in Theros. But there was also what was the one in Cons block? Not Grapple with the Past. It had Sorin.
Bitter Revelation.
Yeah, Bitter Revelation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was scry 2, draw 2, and lose 2 life, wasn't
Yeah.
it? For the same.
Yeah, top 4, sorry.
Right. Look at the top 4.
Yeah.
You get 2 of those, so it's similar. So they
Yeah,
both have the
no, it's-
potential to dig 4.
Yeah.
Right.
Interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, I like that card.
Yeah.
What was it called again? Sorry.
Sorry. No, iOS 10, please stop. Glimmer of Genius.
right.
All right. How do you feel about hate bears and adjacent creatures?
I dislike them.
I have bad news for you.
Oh,
I have
good.
bad news for Storm players.
I like
Yeah, I know.
Comball Console of Allocation.
it. Boo.
Well, finally, the terrible reign of Storm in Modern will come to an end.
I mean, I don't know. It is 3 mana, so like in like 60 card constructed. I don't know if this is going to be a thing, but man, the irony of this card is particularly delicious to me because he's a legendary creature, human advisor for 1 black white, a 2/3. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, that player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So never before have Storm players been so afraid of Violet 3.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like Storm yourself, idiot.
Wow.
It's pretty hateful.
Yeah.
Really sweet.
And I think I'd be happy to play this just in a kind of like Orzhov Hate Bears deck anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's like the removal spell that kills them is gonna cost them. Mm-hmm. And any other, spells that they use to dig or to go for stuff. It's a hoser. Take off, eh?
Finally.
Finally a hoser.
Yeah, finally a hoser for Storm.
We didn't have quite enough of them already. But I am stoked for this card. It's kind of my jam.
Can I talk about the inventions?
Do it.
Oh, please do.
So, if you recall, back in Battle for Zendikar, there was the expeditions, which was these very, very rarely appearing cards in the backs of the packs. They appeared, I think they said it was less likely than a mythic, but more likely than a foil mythic. Was sort of how that worked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they were amazing lands from basically the sort of the history of Magic, and they were very well received, and they accomplished some things that benefited the player base and benefited Standard in ways that Wizards and players were quite happy with. So nothing happened for Innistrad and Eldritch Moon, but since then they've decided that they're going to be doing what they've now codified as the Masterpiece series for every set.
Wow.
And so
The expeditions were for Legacy, not you can't play expeditions in Standard.
No. But they did.
Some standard
they
cards
had,
were printed.
but they also had an effect on Standard that in a way that you would not expect, which we'll talk about later.
They laid this out in their post about the Masterpiece series. They're like, why did we do this? Right? And it had a lot to do with like reprinting as well, being like we want to be able to do these reprints, but reprinting them in Standard sets messes with Standard in bad ways. And so reprinting them like this in a way that is out in boosters that are in Standard, but not with cards that are in Standard is useful. So the way that it works is it's a bunch of cards from Magic history. They're largely reprints. Some of them are from the current set, like in the Zendikar Expeditions, the new cycle of Dual Lands was there.
Yeah.
In Limited, if you open one in Draft or in Sealed or at the pre-release, you can play it.
So you get to live the dream of strip mining someone turn 1 in Draft.
Yeah.
Yep.
But in Constructed, they're all legal in whatever format they would be legal in otherwise. And so they've said they're doing it going forward. So there was a Zendikar Expeditions, and for Kaladesh, it's the Kaladesh Inventions. And then I don't know what it's going to be for Amonkhet, but I'm curious to find out.
Whew.
So, first of all, they've changed the card frame for these, and they look gorgeous. And they redid all the art because for the Expeditions, what was really cool is they redid the art for a lot of older lands, reimagining them as if they were on Zendikar, right? So like the steam vents, instead of being like an is-it thing from Ravnica, it was what would steam vents on Zendikar look like?
Yeah.
So these are all these amazing artifacts as if they're at the Inventors Fair on Kaladesh.
Yeah.
And they look gorgeous.
Pretty
yeah.
cool.
Like I love that the border also evokes the old colors of artifacts, like the
brown?
Yeah, the burnished look.
So the cycle of 5 Gear Hulks is in the Inventions, but then there's a ton of other stuff, and I'm going to talk about a couple of them.
Pretty dumb how
So
many things they reprinted.
You mentioned Sad Robot.
Sad Robot's here, isn't he?
Solemn Simulacrum,
Yep.
a.k.a. Sad Robot. 4 mana for a 2/2. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land, put on the battlefield tapped, and then when it dies, you may draw a card, and he looks amazing.
They reprinted 3 of the swords.
Yeah,
Yep.
3 of the
All
swords.
3 of
all
the really
orig-
good ones.
They aren't they? Oh no, they aren't. I thought they were the original Mirrodin
Yeah, so
cycle of
it's the
swords.
Sword of
2
Light
of
and
them
Shadow,
were.
Yeah.
Sword of Fire and Ice, and the Sword of Feast and Famine.
Yeah, Fire and Ice and Feast and Famine are the best ones. Light and Shadow is also very good. I mean, they're all good,
Yeah.
but sort of Fire and Ice is the best one.
Can we quickly check out Steel Overseer? So Steel Overseer
Hello.
is cool. It's a 1/1 for 2.
Wait a minute.
Put a +1/+1 counter on each artifact creature you control. And in the background
It's
of
a
the art,
Hangerback Walker!
yes,
Yeah.
in the background, I just
Oh,
noticed it.
baby.
Is the Hangerback Walker, and
That's-
I love the art for Hangerback Walker in
Really?
the Inventions.
Okay.
It's also such a
seen
combo with
it?
Hangerback.
Yeah, I have.
Look how cool it is.
Yeah.
It's we were talking about it on stream yesterday because I was like, it's so cool seeing a Kaladesh hangerback walker, and people were like, the one from Origins was also on Kaladesh, and I thought it was from Vryn for some reason, and we went and looked, and it totally is on Kaladesh. But what James was saying is like that hangerback walker, that's like the one that you use. This is the
concept car hangerback
This
walker.
is the parade one.
Yeah, the parade one. This is someone said this is the one. This is the hangerback from Origins is like the one that you sort of like race around with, and the one from the Kaladesh Inventions is the dressage hangerback walker.
Or would it be the prototype hangerback walker?
I like the concept car idea. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I literally just realized that it's not that like I always thought it was hangerback as in like a thing's hanging off the back of it, but it's actually that it has literally an
it's a
aircraft
hangar.
in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, because when it dies, it spills thopters everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course.
I for some reason I just realized that.
I really love that the flavor text on all of these is like the sales pitch for them, or
Or
like
just
the
like-
elevator pitch for this
yeah.
invention
Like,
to a judge.
like the reprint of Mana Crypt, an utterly silent chamber submitted by an artificer who wished to remain anonymous.
Yeah, similarly,
Yep.
I liked Mox Opal's flavor text. On loan from a private collection, this unique mechanism extracts power from a carefully prepared gemstone. Gee, I wonder whose private collection that could be. I don't know.
Heads up, Commander players. There's a new Lightning Greaves.
Yep.
Which looks great. Well, it happened to be the one on screen. That was amazing.
Yep.
The
Chromatic Lantern is probably also another favorite with Commander players.
yeah.
This match set incorporates etheric accelerators and deflection matrices in an elegant wearable design.
Gotta go fast.
The Lotus Pedal is each of these intricate mechanical pedals stores enough power to supply all of Girapur, if only for a fleeting moment.
Yep. Just enough time to cast something busted.
Or something big for 10 minutes.
The
Yeah.
there's a
The Painter's Servant is
Gorgeous.
pretty ridiculous.
that's a weird choice.
Painter Servant?
It's interesting, but
Well, I
it's,
mean, like,
the sales pitch is good. This
Only
whimsical-
because it still has creature type Scarecrow.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
It's fine.
This whimsical automaton helps create beautiful murals, then stands guard as they dry.
That's how
and
this-
then
I wonder
their
if the
library
notes were like, okay, we love the art you've done for it, but it is a scarecrow. And the artist is like, do you just want me to go and add birds to this then? And they're like, could you? And they're like, oh, fine.
I dig their interpretation on Scroll Rack. Because
Yeah.
the first, like the original printing of this, it's actually literally a shelf
Yeah.
that a student is like putting scrolls into. But this one is like an automated system that like dispenses and probably organizes scrolls. Just like, give me lightning bolt, clank. You know, you imagine it like functioning like a kludge. You just like turn it on just to watch it go.
Yeah.
It's good.
Solemn Simulacrum is here. It's gorgeous. Aether Vial.
I like that they went for some of the ones like Rings of Bright Earth, like some
Yeah.
really weird old ones too.
Yeah.
And so there's how many is this? 40?
30 here.
30. There's 30 here, and there will be another 20 in Aether Revolt. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what it is. I said this on Twitter, and some people were like, "What? Did you not like the expeditions?" And I loved the Zendikar expeditions. I thought they were really cool. But there's something about these, the fact that I don't know, they're artifacts that they do more than just tap for mana. That I am like way more excited for these. Like I don't know, the expeditions were gorgeous and I thought they were great, but I never felt compelled to like seek them out. But these, I'm like, I want it. I want them.
It's
Speaking-
24.
Yeah.
It's 54 in total.
Oh,
okay.
54 in total.
Right, so
Okay.
it's 24 in
Sorry.
Aether Revolt.
Speaking of things that tap for mana, the enemy fast land cycle.
Oh, yeah.
Got it.
Finally.
We got it.
Sorry, back to actual
Yeah.
standard playables.
So yeah, Concealed Courtyard, Spire Bluffs Canal, Blooming Marsh, Inspiring Vantage, and Botanical Sanctum.
Enters the battlefield.
Straight into Highlander.
Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or fewer other lands.
These lands are excellent. They're very, very good. They're just super playable in primarily in sort of like lower curve decks, but they're also just good.
These are the enemy ones?
Yeah, these are the enemy colored ones. Yeah, so I mean, I'm super stoked about Blooming Marsh because I play black green, but also like Concealed Courtyard is black white. You get
What were the ally ones?
the allied ones were
Like
from-
Seachrome Coast.
Yeah,
and-
Seachrome Coast, Dark Slick Shores, Blackcleave Cliffs, and there's two other ones.
These are from
those are
Scars.
Scars, yeah,
Yeah, Blackcleave Cliffs is like $20.
like 30.
Yeah, because it goes into Modern Jund, I guess.
Pretty stupid now.
Yeah.
Razorverge Thicket, and
Razorverge Thicket.
there's one other one. The red,
Yeah, the red-green one was Copperline Gorge?
Copperline Gorge. That's
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
Nice. Good job.
we got there. So yeah, these were all really great, and I think we were all eagerly anticipating when we would have the cycle completed, and now it is. And so we have.
It's kind of funny that this I have not seen this referenced as a bigger deal than it is, probably just because the rest of the set is so rad.
Oh yeah, that's rad. But like the Highlander community is pumped for these cards because they're just good. They're so good.
I'm also excited that they're Sky Whales.
I love Sky Whales so
Yeah.
much. I love whales in general.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of Sky Whales in fiction. I like that was like my favorite creature in Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah.
The giant space whale.
Yeah.
And yeah, Longfin Sky Whale. It's a 4/3 whale for 2 blue with flying. Longfin Sky Whale can block only creatures with flying, so it has the that ability. That ability shows up on a lot of cards. But there's also so there's Longfin Sky Whale. There's also a Leviathan, which it's like Aether Ancient or something. It's creature type Leviathan, but it's in the same sort of realm of like giant sea creature that lives in the clouds. I can't remember exactly what it's called. I'm sure Paul will get there before I do.
Call me Rashmi.
Rashmi.
Aether Squall Ancient. There it is. 5 blue for a 6/6 Leviathan with flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, you get 3 energy and pay 8 energy. Return all other creatures to their owner's hands. Activate this ability only anytime you can cast a sorcery. And then there's a white card with where they're going to harpoon a Sky Whale.
I have a card that might be flying under people's radar.
It's technically pronounced Rushmi, by the way. It's technically...
Rushmi?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Arborback Stomper is it's just an uncommon.
Yep.
3 green, 5/4, trample. When it enters the battlefield, gain 5 life.
I was talking with Alistair about this.
Yeah, he's going to put it in his deck to replace Thragtusk.
Yeah, because he was saying that, like,
Wow.
in Highlander
Yeah.
sometimes you are getting, like, crushed by aggro.
Yeah.
And he needs to stabilize, so usually that's Thragtusk. The problem is Thragtusk dies to Bolt,
Yeah.
and then the beast that comes with it
Also
dies to Bolt. And other times you are sitting across the table from somebody who has a 3/3 and an 0/4, right? Like just like a beast token or a 3x and a Wall of Omens.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Because they just trade for the 3/3 and then block the...
or trade for the 5/3
Right.
and block the 3/3, and
Yeah,
you're
and
like,
they
you're
can't get
useless,
through.
Thragtusk.
But this thing, trample,
Yeah.
stabilizes you just the same mana cost, like a little heavier on green. You don't get a second creature, but I think this is very playable.
yeah, like
wow,
the trample
this
and
card
one
seems
extra pip
sweet.
of toughness
Yeah, it's-
is a big deal.
Awful pushed. Yeah, like trample's huge. So, I mean, it's also like porque las dos.
Yeah,
Just play both and make everybody real unhappy.
yeah.
Like Swag Tusk, Stomper, go to 30. Like grown.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, he could still play both, but I guess
Yeah,
he, just
well,
has
exactly.
that, he has that Thragtusk
Alistair's
slot.
deck is quite a thing.
It's tuned.
We
Well,
need,
yeah,
we
he
need
was,
to definitely get him on there. He has some weird choices and has
Like,
reasons for all of them.
He has been playing the same deck in Highlander for like a decade.
Yep.
And this set is unusual in that there are 3 cards that he is putting
Oh
into
yeah.
it.
Really?
Oh, we got to talk about the other one.
Okay.
May I please?
Please.
Do y'all like Massacre Worm?
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, for various interpretations of like being across the board is pretty bad. So for the same mana as Massacre Worm, 3 black, real heavy on black.
Right.
But
Same as Massacre.
yeah,
Worm.
you get a 5/5 flying demon. Pretty sweet.
this is Demon of Dark Schemes, by the way.
Yeah, sorry, Demon of Dark Schemes. When Demon of Dark Schemes enters the battlefield, all other creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn.
Okay, so hold right there. So Massacre Worm is the same cost, but it's a... What's the creature?
It's a
It's a
6/4?
worm. It's like a 6/4 or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it doesn't fly. So this is a 5/5 flyer for the same same cost, and it does the same -2/-2 to all their creatures.
Different. Massacre Worm only wraths them.
Yeah.
This wraths everybody.
Oh, okay.
So this is actually infest. But
Interesting.
whenever another creature dies, you get an energy.
Oh.
And then for 2 and a black, and pay 4 energy, put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control tapped.
The other thing that Massacre Worm does is it deals damage when one of their creatures dies.
Yeah, exactly.
It domes them
exactly.
for 2 every time
Yeah.
the creature
And
dies.
from that point forward also.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is very good.
It's super dank.
Because you get a lot of energy, and then you just get to start reanimating their best stuff. And you can do it depending on if you've already been building up energy, or if enough stuff dies when this guy comes into play. You can untap and do it twice on the next turn, because it is not a tap ability. You can hit them for 5 with the demon, and then you can pay 8 energy and 6 mana and get 2 creatures back from not even your own graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is, again, another one of the energy cards that is self-contained. It's like, how do you get energy off this card? Oh, you kill creatures.
Yeah.
How am I going to do that in black?
Yeah.
However will I do it? Oh, it does it on its own when you play it. Cool. Super green.
What's the third card Alistair's swapping out?
Is
either green or
it the
black.
fast land?
Is it the fast lane?
Oh, that makes sense.
Well, that adds up.
Yeah.
Man, just yeah.
I mean, we could talk.
Oh no, sorry, it's Nissa.
Oh, of course, yeah, which we haven't talked about.
Yeah, let's talk about
Yeah.
Nissa. We talked about
She's good.
we talked about Chandra. Let's talk about Nissa.
Nissa Vital Force. For
Yeah.
3 green, you get a 5 loyalty planeswalker.
Sounds good.
3 abilities. +1, untap target land you control. Until your next turn, it
Next
becomes
turn.
a 5/5 elemental creature with haste. It's still a land.
So
Homina.
That's
So-
a big boy.
if you already have enough protection for Nissa, you can just slam with a 5/5.
It's a 5/5 with haste.
If not, then you can just have a 5/5
A wall.
blocker.
Yeah.
They come at me.
For -3, she regrows. Or no, sorry, she doesn't.
it's,
It's a permanent from your graveyard to your
Treasure find?
hand.
Yeah, it's only permanence.
Yeah. So is that, I mean, that's also quite good. You can get back a fetch land if you need to. You can get back an enchantment or a creature.
Yep.
And her -6, you get an emblem with whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card.
-6. Isn't her starting loyalty 5 and she has a +1?
It is.
Do you play this in formats with fetch lands?
Yeah, I think
What
you
if your
can.
fetch lands drew you 2 cards?
Then you have to discard at the end of your turn.
Not actually played Nissa on turn 5.
2 cards.
Like, how often do you play this +1 next turn, blow everything off, and just go straight for the
Probably
emblem?
not often, but
But you
know, you can +1 twice, and then
apparently-
just like rip the value.
Apparently, Oath of Gideon has seen a slight uptick in price due to this card, because Oath of Gideon says planeswalkers enter the battlefield with 1 additional loyalty.
Holy moly!
So you can just play Nissa, blow it off immediately, and get the emblem.
Yeah.
And then just spend the rest of your game getting chaining value together.
Yeah, that's
And of course, the +1 could theoretically also be used for slight mana ramp if for some reason you don't want a 5/5.
oh yeah, you could untap your land.
because it's
Yeah.
still land.
It untaps Cradle,
Oh no! Oh no!
or like it untaps Cradle or Nykthos.
Oh no!
Oh no! It's even better than we thought. Holy
Rishi P.
moly! That's that's so dank. I gotta take a break now. Oof. Yeah, Nunes is real good. Real good.
Yeah.
This set is lit.
I think yes, those are words. I think that'll have to do it. Rubbing my microphone. I think that'll have to do it for today, because we could talk about every single card in the set and just gush about how sweet it looks.
Yeah.
Or we could get out there and get ready to do the pre-release where we get to actually play it. So thanks for joining us today on Tap Tap Concede. As always, brought to you by you and your kind support of our Patreon at patreon.com/LoadingReadyRun. Please check that out. And if you are watching this before September 18th, then tune in on September 18th at noon Pacific on twitch.tv/LoadingReadyRun for the Kaladesh pre-release with myself, Kathleen, Cameron, and Adam, and special guests Megan and Maria from Magic the Amateuring, Adam Staborski, and Blake Rasmussen from Wizards of the Coast. It's going to be a fun day. So yeah, that's it for today, though. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.